very sadly, the great Mr. Jeff Beck has passed away, one of my all-time favourite guitarists. So I thought in tribute we'd take a look at a Yardbirds song, which of course Jeff Beck played on, and it's Train Kept A-Rollin, okay, and I'm starting on the 14th fret of the G string and the 15th fret of the B string, playing an A and a D, and I'm bending that A on 14, but also at the same time, so I'm starting with the volume pot low and then turning it as I play. Okay, so we're getting this kind of imitation train whistle. So I'm just bending up at the same time, using my little finger to roll the volume pot, but then just releasing that. So I've got, so release down to 14, pull off to 12 for G, and E on 14 on the D string, and just playing that twice on the intro. And then we've got this great riff, okay? So on the original track, we've got two guitars playing this, one kind of stabbing the chords, one sort of playing the bottom notes, but you can easily play it like I did on one guitar. It's a great fun riff to play. And I'm playing a G, okay, as a bar chord, then opening my finger to play an open E, back to the G, open E, G, so another quick E, or you can sometimes sort of just, I've heard versions where it's, you play that open E again, or just kind of leave a little gap there, but they both work great fun to play. So I've got G, open, G. So you basically get that kind of thing, but with the chords I'm playing. And then I'm just moving that up 2 frets to an A chord and just play the same. Back to the G. Okay, and then A to B. Really just concentrating on the bottom notes. Back to A, G, F sharp. So go back into the original riff. Okay, so that's your main riff there. And then we've also got a section on the first kind of harmonica and guitar solo where we're just playing a 12 bar and just kind of ad-libbing a little kind of classic kind of shuffle rhythm there. So I'm playing an E chord and adding a 6th note. So open E, kind of slight palm muting, and B, open 2, adding 4 on the A string, adding a D there on 5, that kind of stuff, you know, very familiar. So just go. Then moving up to 1 string, so I'm playing now the A and D strings, just the same, that kind of stuff. You know, quite loose with it, and back to the E, B7, A7, and then you just repeat that 12 bar, okay? So you've got twice round on that for the first solo section, and then you're back into kind of verse chorus. You've got a little kind of breakdown section where I'm just playing an E chord, and then I'm just playing, so I'm playing E, F sharp 5, and then G chord, so open 2 2, and then 2 4 4, and then a G, so just repeating that. You're back into the main riff for the second solo. Okay, and then you got a little bit where you stop on a G. Okay, then back into that, and at the end, just playing an E chord. Okay, so you can have a lot of fun jamming about on that. It's a great jam song, and we'll take a look next at the solo parts. For the first part of the solo, I'm playing under the harmonica, and I'm just starting with, like we started at the beginning, bending that A and playing the D, and 14 and 15, and then just releasing that, A, G, so 14, 12, 14, 12 on G, and then E, D, E, 14, 12, 14 on the D string. Okay, and then I'm just hitting an A7 chord on 2, 2 and 3 on the top 3 strings. Just hitting a C sharp, E, C sharp, 2, open 2. And an E7 chord on 4, 3, 4, top 3 strings. A B7 on 8, 10, 7. Move it down 2 frets to A7. Back to that E7 chord again. Okay, so that's just what I'm playing on the first part of the solo, which is the harmonica solo. Then we've got so here I'm playing the blues scale in the 12th position, the E blues scale. So I'm bending on A on 14, release and pull off to 12. Back to 14, a little push on that, and then an E on 14 on the D string. And then I'm playing E, G, and then bending. And I think he just pushes that D a little sharp. But you know, whatever works. So I'm bending on 14, hitting 15 on the B string. Release again. Pull off to 12. Down to 14 on the D string and E. Back to A on 14. So 14, 14. So I've got okay, and then so I'm playing a B, bending to E. Okay, so that's just around 12 and 15. And then coming down. So I'm coming down the blues scale. So I'm on 15, I'm bending, release, 15, 12, 15, 14, 12, 14, 12, then back to 14, then G, and then kind of snappy push on 15. So bending that G on 15 there on the E string, then coming down. E, D, B, G. Okay, so 12, 15, 12, 12. Then we've got I play D and D, kind of a pull on that D. So I'm playing 15, 12, 14, and 12. That G on the G string, and yeah, so again that bend, release on 14 and 12 on the G. Okay. And then just finishing off with classic kind of bluesy. Yeah, just G, bend, A, B, back to B, so 12, 12, 12. Last note, bending a D up on 15. Okay, and great first solo. I'm starting the second solo with an unusual kind of note choice. I'm playing... Okay, so I'm bending that A on 14, but here I'm hitting a D sharp on 16. Now normally you play the blues scale in this kind of... and play a D natural. But Jeff Beck famously said, if I'm not breaking the rules at least 10 times in a song, then I'm not doing my job. So I was listening and I was, you know, that would be the normal thing to play. And I thought, is he kind of just pushing that up, or is he actually playing the D sharp? You know, they all kind of work. Okay, but when I played along, it seemed closest to actually just hitting that D sharp on 16. So I'm going... So I'm bending, hitting D sharp on 16, release to 14, G on 12, E on 14. Then just bend it, releasing. Then da 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 da. Okay, classic kind of little solo there. 14, 12, 14, 12, 14 on the G and D strings. And then I'm just bending that A and keep repicking it, kind of pushing it a little sharp, then releasing. Again, that release down to 14, pull off to 12, then E, D, E, and then just hitting a quick G, and then a snappy, so G, and then bending a G on 15, and then I'm just hitting that G again, and then B and G, so 15, 12, 12, so 12. Then, okay, classic rock and roll there, just bend on 14, 12, 12, bend on 15. Then, just again, bend. So just bending up, 12, 12, then coming down the blues scale. With a little pull off, there's a 15, 12, 15, 14, 12. And then E, G, E, 14, 12, 14. Okay, and the nice thing about this is you don't have to play it exactly, because all these licks are so classic, you know, you can kind of just improvise around them. But it's great to kind of see what Jeff Beck did, because it's just so great. Okay, and then we got... just finishing with a little on A and G, E and D again. So all around that 14th fret and 12th fret of the G and D strings. And then we've got... Okay, so the next part of the solo, I'm playing B, D, E, G, a little push on A, so 14 on A, 12, 14, or D, 12, a little push up on 14, and then going down the neck. So open E, F sharp, G, G, F sharp, E. So open 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Then same thing on the A string. Okay, so we hit that A chord, A, B, and C. So we've got C natural in there now. So I'm kind of using notes from the A minor pentatonic here over that A chord. Then we're going back up the neck. So all just again around E, G, bend, release, pull off, back to E, back to G, it's kind of the same thing again, back to E, G, kind of finish with that push. So I've got And then we're kind of repeating that kind of that push again that we did earlier, where we just re-picking that bend on 14. Then just repeating those little licks on 14 and 12, or the G and D strings, and then they've got kind of similar to the first solo, how we finished. I'm playing G, so 12, bend on 14, 12, 12, 15, down to 12, finish by bending to that E. Okay, so great use of the blues scale there and some outside notes. And next we'll take a look at the bass part. So I'm starting the bass with a G, E, G. So I'm playing 5, 7 and 5 on the D and A strings. Just those two notes. Okay, it's just then just changing that top note to an A. So we've got 7 and 7. Then back to the first one. Then going to an A. B, 7, 9, 7, 5, down to G, F sharp. Then back to your first riff. Okay, so that's the main part, and as the first guitar solo happens over a 12-bar blues. Okay, so I'm not playing exactly the same as the track, I'm just kind of improvising in the same style. So I've kind of got so basically what I'm doing is on the E chord, I'm going up, very classic rock and roll, open 4, 2, 4, play something like that. Then moving up to the E minor pentatonic scale. So kind of so something like that. So I'm playing the notes E, G, B, D. So 7, 5, slide to 9, 7, 9, coming down, and coming, also playing. So just coming down that blues scale, E, D, B, A, G, E, D, B, and lead to a B flat. Lead to the A. You can go B, B flat. Nice little chromatic. Bum, 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 bum. Another classic rock and roll. So I'm going sort of 7, 6, and 5, 4, 7, 4 on the E, A, and D strings. And then, so what's kind of nice, because I'm going to this E next, instead of going, what I did was, I made it chromatic by going to an F instead. So normally you'd often go, but here, because the next note is this, no, I'm going, da, da, which is nice little variation. Okay, so you can play either, you know. So I'm going 7, 5, 4, then 8, and something like that. E, G, put a little chromatic passing tone in there. A, B flat, B. Something like, you know, just using those notes however you want to, and hit a B chord. I played that kind of B, B, F sharp, A, B. So 7, 9, 9, 7, 9. Just coming up that A chord again. And again using those notes on the E chord. And then basically just kind of repeating that. Something like that. Yeah, and the finishing, going down the blues scale, in the open position if you want. 2, open, 2, 1, 2, 1, open, 3, 1. Back into that. And then we've got that section, just playing E, F sharp, G. So E, ba ba ba, just here. Back into, just finishing on an E chord. Great fun song to play. A great one to improvise and jam with. So thanks for watching, and rest in peace, one of the greatest guitarists that ever lived, one of my favourites, the legendary Mr. Jeff Beck. Thank you.